No, still need to go this way more. There we go. I need to be more in front of that, but I could move the camera if I wanted to. I'm live early, trying to get some stuff sorted out. Some more, like I need to pull that actually. And here, excellent. 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 Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stay live and just I should do a sound check. Bum, bum, bum. Oh. Oh, there we go. I just okay. So we're gonna test what's happening. Got a little. Oh wait. Okay. Test. Hello. Come on. Let's pause it here. Let's look on the website. All right. Testing. It's a little garbled. Meh. Okay. What if I just turn it up a little? It actually sounds a little bit better. Yeah, just increase the gain. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I can talk at like a reasonable volume, and my headphone volume is reasonable. Okay. Test, test, quiet. Test, medium. Test, loud. Really, really loud. Okay, that seems good. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna finish getting set up, and then we'll talk about what's new with the streams. Sort of post spring break, I took a little hiatus, trying to refocus on what I want these streams to be, what I myself want out of them, what I think is valuable about them, that sort of thing. There we go. Okay. Nope. Okay. Fascinating. Click into this now. Yeah. Hold on a second. If I okay. Okay, I think we're live. We are indeed. I can hear that. Okay, cool. So reconnected. Let's reload this page. Okay, welcome to the stream, everybody who's not watching. Oh, this is interesting. It reverted back to that old. What? What? Is it because I closed the other one? Oh, I see. Huh. Okay, there's that. All right. Okay, so there's that. Testing, testing. We're going to test again. Test again. Doesn't want to stay live. Well, I think that's probably good enough. One of the things I'm looking at is probably creating a new notes file. This one is on the Miro board. This one's loading pretty slow, which happens after it gets pretty full. But I also haven't opened it in a while, so it might just be taking a while to open because it hasn't been accessed super recently, and so it's whatever caches of it existed or have been subsequently purged. It has to be like loaded fresh. I'm also need to look into seeing if I can embed my Miro boards on pages on my website, because the school district I'm within right now, that my like local school district 4J, um, their IT department blocked Miro on all student devices, and I assume on school Wi-Fi and stuff like that, it's also blocked. So students I work with can't access their notes, their math tutoring notes, either at school or on their school devices at home, uh, which is crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Um, so, I mean, it does make some amount of sense, like, but there's all sorts of like requirements they need to have for like services students are allowed to access, but like it's just, yeah. Okay, let's zoom out here and see. There is in fact a law on here. There's a lot of physics stuff. That's right. Yeah, this has become a hefty notes file. Okay. Well, very good. Let's get a new notes file created, shall we? And then I have to get that updated across various places I link to it. Um, so yeah, I suppose we'll do that. I tried running. I tried using OBS. I tried to do a stream on Sunday and just had tech trouble because I was trying to use OBS and it just ground my computer to a crawl. So it's non-viable right now. Maybe once I have a better computer, but what are we doing? No, I don't want education team templates. Okay. So I'm doing this. I needed to. Part of what I was thinking about while I took a little hiatus from doing these streams was like what I want out of them. There's right now, we were, as I'm trying to make these streams a useful, accessible thing for people, until people know about them and start using them. There's not a ton for me to do. I've been able to borrow problems from my the students that I tutor directly. I've been able to borrow problems from our sessions there sometimes to use as content for this. So people can kind of see how I work, what I'm like, um, see if they think I could be helpful to them. Um, but that's not super interesting to me. It's problems I've worked on, already. It's really just sort of like busy work, just for something to do on the stream, and I don't like it. So I was trying to think about, like, what are things I do want to be doing. What what are things I would like to spend time on, sort of related to math and math teaching and tutoring and things like that. And we'll talk more about this as I continue to do these. Man, this mirror board is taking forever to load. I definitely needed to make a new one. Um, anyway, so with that in mind, one of the things I want to start doing, and I am going to start doing on these streams, is um, working on something called Project Euler, and I'll share more about Project Euler here in just a little bit. Um, but it'll be a thing I can work on ongoing that I enjoy. And there's lots of other, like, it's just a good source of, like, something to focus on that will lead to good discussion and good sort of math investigation and things like that. I also, and it's going to be kind of numerical, so we're going to talk about the actual math stuff, but then we're going to write code. We're going to write, I'm probably mostly just going to do Python, but I thought I might also do some R, because R is an industry language. If you're going to do data analysis, if you're going to do almost any sort of modern math, modern applied math, you're probably going to need to know how to use R. And I don't like super know how to use it. I didn't learn R in undergrad. R didn't exist, I don't think, when I was in undergrad. So it's fairly new, or at least it's relatively new within the last several years, new to my awareness. So yeah, I wanted to so yeah, we'll probably be doing a bit of working in R. And I wanted to sort of go through and talk through, how do you get started with R, what even is it, why is it just use some of this time to increase my own skills, so you all can watch me learn, because honestly, I think that's one of the best things teachers can do, is model learning, right? Um, the worst thing, one of the worst things students can think about the teacher up in front of them, or across from them, is that teacher knows everything, right? I don't want my students thinking I know everything. Anytime a student uh, says something along those lines about, wow, you know all the math or whatever, I always sort of, just gently and kind of playfully, but I always push back and be like, I've just done a lot of practice. I've just been doing this a while. I have a lot of experience. I don't actually know everything. And I think that should be, because we need to, I think we need, especially now, we need to reassert the normalcy, the just sort of normal state of being of ignorance about things. We don't actually know very much. We know quite a bit, but we actually don't know very much either. Both of those things are true. And to pretend otherwise, I mean, it's a red flag to me. It's something that makes me not trust somebody else when they really try to, or not even really try to, when they just seem uncomfortable with being seen as not fully in control, not fully knowledgeable about whatever it is, right? Um, like no, that's understandable. Nobody knows everything. Nobody knows most things. Some people know quite a bit about a specific thing or maybe a couple specific things. And then they know a little bit about about some other stuff, and then they know basically nothing about most things, like most of us. Um, and anybody who tries to say otherwise is trying to sell you something. Ultimately, they are denying their own human ignorance for a reason. It can be hard to know exactly what that reason is, and it varies per person. What they think they can get out of things, but anybody that's interested in teaching you, anybody that's interested in being honest with you, um, will have no problem admitting where the edges of their knowledge are, admitting where they're guessing and sort of trying to make a logical assumption, and where they're making assumptions and things like that. Um, okay. Oh, 450. I see. Right. Um, all right, I'm getting the new Miro board set up. Oh. Okay. Okay. What the hell is that? Share. There we go. I'm with the link. Can view it. Okay. Let's. So now I need to update the notes. Every play. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. That was drinking some bubbly water here. Okay. I might. I think I might start hopping on here and just doing some unscheduled streams as well. Just because the thing, like the Project Euler. Oh, I also wanted to talk about that. Um, I also just want to like sort of talk about like calculus concepts, but then sort of talk about how would you actually like build something, code something that would say find a derivative value for you, find an integral value for you, all those various things. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping to. Okay, so all of this stuff ended up being slow enough that I don't know that I'm gonna get to much else on this stream, but that's okay. Okay, now I need to update this notes link. There we go. Found it. Okay. I think that's everywhere. We're that easy to get updated. Yeah, I think next stream, I'll get us going with Project Euler, and I'll introduce that. This is very far behind. Oh yeah, it's like quite far behind. So yeah, I'll introduce Project Euler. There's a Project Zero on Project, or a Problem Zero on Project Euler that you have to do to even register. So I'll sort of walk us through solving that, and it'll be our first little introduction. It'll be nice. Please submit your math questions. So next scheduled session will be next scheduled stream will be Sunday at 11 a.m. PDT. But I very well may do an unscheduled stream some evening, some afternoon. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to hold myself to only working on the Euler project problems on stream. And so if I have time where I want to work on it, I'm going to have to stream because I only want to work on it on stream. So yeah. I think it was a good, productive getting stuff set up and figured out. Honestly, the end result is not terribly different than what I was doing before, but that's how things go sometimes. You futz with stuff and figure stuff out, and you just arrive pretty close back to where you were. But that gives you confidence that, like, okay, this is my setup. For now is pretty solid. I've tried to improve it, and just end up optimizing back to where I was. So yeah, there's that. I will be back definitely Sunday at 11 a.m. But maybe some other time in the next few days. We will see. I am very excited to start working on Project Euler stuff. I've worked on these problems in the past. I don't remember exactly how far I got into the problem set, but my plan is just work through them in order, and then work on the things that they inspire and investigate the questions that they bring up and all that sort of stuff. So cool. All right. Well, I'll be back then. I'm gonna get my website updated to close out the stream and stuff, but I'm gonna go now. Bye.